What's going on, everybody? We're back with more Spy Family. We are into season 3 right now. This is the premiere, and your boy Shane here. I'm gonna do a review for episode 38. Two halves of the episode is Berlint, Panic, and then Informant and Nightfall. Before I go any further, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of more reviews like this one. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. Whatever you choose to donate will be graciously appreciated and graciously used to pump up the channel. Yeah, leave a comment down below. I'd like to know their thoughts on this episode. Man, Spy Family, easily one of my top 10 favorite animes, especially newer animes like this and Demon Slayer, and I guess you can include My Hero. We have a plethora of isekais, but this here, like the comedy action, not really slice of life, but comedy action, so good, and their openings and endings are so good too. As usual, this episode opens up with, we gotta do a quick recap, tell you about the war between Westelius and Ostinia. It's a secret war. They're trying to, people on, I want to say the east side are trying, no, it's the west, are trying their best to, this guy Damien Desmond wants to perhaps start a war between them, and neither side really wants that. So you have the Operation Strix, which I forget the name of the secret agency, but Operation Strix with Loid, aka Twilight, Loid Forger, Twilight, the Spy Man, the Master of Disguises, not that one. And you have Your Forger, the assassin, also known as Thorn Princess, as the mama. And you have Anya, the Esper. She can read minds. Anya Forger. She is basically the key to all this, because she needs to get Stellar Stars to get him closer to Damien Desmond's dad, Donovan Desmond. And of course we have the good boy Bond Forger, the dog, who is technically a seer. I'm glad they actually put that in there, but the seer, he can telepathically see into the future. Now, speaking about Donovan Desmond, I'm going to send some condolences out to the family of Takayahashi. He is the voice of Donovan Desmond. I mistakenly thought he was the voice of Henderson, and Henderson's one of my favorite characters, so I was like, damn. But we heard Donovan's voice. I want to say we heard him in if not second season, somewhere in the first season, because the first season had a lot of episodes in it. But he, in addition to playing Donovan, played Slayer, Guilty Gear Exert, and Strive. He played Kakuzu in Naruto. He also played Dogstorm in One Piece. I'm not familiar with Dogstorm. Someone gotta remind me of him if maybe I don't recall him. But condolences. Guy had a heart attack, so we will not forget you, bro. So no way to cleanly segue into talking about Berlint Panic. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right back into it. Basically, this episode is, this first part of this episode, excellent job of showing us why the family is the ultimate unit without even knowing each other's secret abilities and powers and whatnots. So right here, we open up Anya eating ice cream at the park. Wherever this fictional place is in I call it fictional Germany, they got a lot of English writing. But they're at the park. She has ice cream, triple cones, super adorable. That's not what I want to get into, but super adorable, especially her interactions with Loid. And he's like, eating a lot of cold stuff, you're gonna hurt you too fast, you're gonna hurt your stomach. I got triple cones, so I'll be okay. And her little part of her hair kind of wiggles, which is funny. And then Yor wipes her mouth and damn near suffocates the girl. But I'm sorry, I did not want to forget that. I do have a part in here to talk about their interactions, but when she wants to get a balloon, Bond sees this, I don't know the name of this construction unit. It looks like it's designed to pick up trees, but I guess it's also used. It could be an excavator without the scooping part, just with a claw part. He sees this excavator grabbing trees and throwing them into the park, and it causes mayhem. It slams on the people, kills folks, and all the balloons fly up in the air. So once again, Anya has to think, how do I fix this without them knowing I have psychic abilities? While first, I love the first thing she does is tune and starts listening to minds. We get people, some girls going, oh man, that guy's high. Oh man, I'm so nervous of being with her, blah, blah, blah. And then she hears this guy who he's pissed off that he has to work on a Saturday. Just absolutely pissed off. It's like, everybody else out here having a day off. I don't have a day off. Why am I the only one working too? And I'm tired and I just don't get no rest. He has bags on his eyes. And he's just like looking at this family, getting their kid a balloon. And he's just like super hateful. Like, he's just pissed. And I was like, that's the bad guy. Oh, he's going to go into that tank looking thing. So when Loid's like, hey, I thought you wanted to get a balloon. Are you okay? You're not sick, are you? And she goes, I want to go home. We just got here. I want to go home and study so I can get stellar stars. The face both of them make, because Anya does not like studying. The face they made, that's one of the things I like about this show and Demon Slayer. The art is not afraid to show drastic changes in faces just to get across the comedy. And so they're like, all right, cool, wow, she's taking this seriously, let's go and do it. So they're gonna leave, and Anya's like looking around. Loid's like, you seem anxious, you good? Oh yeah. One of my teachers said that we can learn from being out and about, you can learn from out there. And Loid's like, yeah, that makes sense. That great school, man, those teachers are good. Well, if you got any questions, ask me. And they get to the construction with the dude, and he is just like messing up this building. Like, they're supposed to be taking it down, but he is like going to town on it. And I was like, do construction people get days off? He's like, I would imagine so. Then what about that guy? Loid, master of analysis, instantly goes, sunken in cheeks, big circles underneath his eyes, irritated look on his face. Could tell this guy has not been getting any rest. And there's no foreman on site. He is doing the outer walls instead of the interior. This is really reckless. He could actually hurt somebody. And the guy ends up falling off after he's trying to rip off like some cloth on like the excavator, and he sees a balloon in the sky, and he thinks of that family and gets instantly pissed. And this dude, like, I'm sorry, bro, Westalius, I think this is where it's in. These people are mentally sick, because then he thinks of the family and then goes, oh, you all want to laugh at me? I get like being tired and being irritable, but people who've had no interactions with you thinking that it is very much a Japanese trope. It is like, oh, those people are laughing. It's very much a Japanese anime trope. But still, dude's insane. Because then he starts whacking stuff. And then, Loid and you're covering, Bond and Anya. And he's like, all right, I'll take care of it. Y'all stay right here. Loid goes, tries to stop this guy because he looks like he's going to head towards the park. Goes and gets in another excavator and think that this is going to stop when they get ready to collide. The guy's just like, no, they get into an excavator fight. Wish I would have took a picture of that. Very funny. They get into an excavator fight. And part of the building the dude was working on is about to fall over on top of this older guy and his dog. Yor puts Anya on top of Bond, like, you guys stay over there. Zips over. As it falls, grabs this guy after she back kicks and destroys the rest of the stuff that fell on them into debris. And you get the funniest interaction here for me is she's like, oh man, it missed you by a hair. And he's like, well, as you can see, I still have all my hair. No, the dude was bald. That's the funny part. And the little dog, Marin, he's like, Marin, you good? I'm sorry, y'all. I had to. This dog is so damn. That's adorable. That's adorable. Now, what you have a hard time seeing because, screen on screen, see those wavy lines? Even the dog is old. I need to get a new dog. I digress. She saves him. Loid's like, all right, both of these excavators have equal power. And you see the angry, disgruntled worker trying to hammer it home, and Loid just does some rigging of the machine and gets dude to crash, and he's like, take a nap, buddy. It's time for you to go to sleep. Unfortunately for Anya, she's made to study and she wants to watch anime. Anime is not cartoons. Stop translating it to that. But she wants to watch anime, and Loid's like, you the one who wanted to study. I'm not. No, we going hard today. I'm not going easy on you. And yours says, yeah, and to help you out, I'm gonna make you some hamburg steak, and I'm gonna put your favorite things in it. And Bond is already traumatized. He's like, oh God, y'all, if you all know from season 1, Yor can't cook for shit, especially in light of those backstory in episodes. She can't cook. As a matter of fact, her cooking tends to kill people and poison them and get them sick. So I'm still surprised that Loid let her do this, because she wants to put pudding, chocolate, and peanuts in there. And Anya's like, Anya saved the day and save world peace, but who's gonna save Anya? That was hilarious. Very, just flat out hilarious. Good episode. The interactions, I love the interactions within the family, especially with between Anya and Anya and everyone else. How do I lie? How do I figure this out? Just adorable. Adorable. Just adorable. My favorite character, just because she's funny and she's innocent. Man, just good show. Good show. I do find it is funny though, because I thought they were going to do this for everybody. When they were talking about Loid, they showed all of his disguises. This was a really good episode. The tennis episode was a good episode. Might figure out where to include it at the end of this. This first part episode, definitely 5 out of 5. I'm trying to think if there's any other funny part besides the shock eyes. Anya with Bond was cute, especially with the ice cream. I love the fact Bond understands English, because Loid's like, hey, Bond, do not lick that chocolate. It is literally poison to you. Just Anya gave the name of the thing that Yor did a name. What was the name of the move? Hold on. Loid hotwires the thing. That was cool. Really showing all their skills. She called it Mama Super Acrobat Crash. And you got Bond going, borf. The dog understands English and tries to speak it. And of course, Yor's gonna come up with the lie, oh no, I saw somebody doing a circus and I just conveniently practiced that. Only person that knows the truth, well, only two people that know the truth is Anya and Bond. And literally the other two are just gonna lie and make up or be like, oh yeah, I can see how that works for them. Perfect family. This next episode, I'm sorry, when they showed this guy, so this dude here, Sergei Ostoki, I laughed for a good minute and a half, because this dude has a freaking tomato head. That dude has a tomato head and no eyebrows, so he's an asshole. And he is actually. He's one of the executives of the Economics Committee who deals with the East trade policies. He was a former member of the Army Commissariat. Don't know if I said that right. Should have looked it up. But he's very anti-West, right? So he is illegally restricting strawberry exports to the West. That Miss Handler Sylvia is telling Nightfall right now. In this episode, the Informant and Nightfall. And the foreign minister, Berent, he was enraged that there was no strawberries on his birthday cake. And so his son's birthday is in 2 weeks. This is very juvenile, by the way. So at this rate, they're going to get into a diplomatic crisis. she wants Nightfall to handle it. And again, this is stupid. This dude's enraged that there's no strawberries. It's like they're at a pin drop and there's gonna be war. I see why everyone takes things so serious. It's so comical how they take stuff serious. That the unserious stuff is taken super serious, and then when it gets to be super serious, it's even more serious. Watch like my last 4 episode reviews for season 2. Like, that shit is serious. That the cruise arc, that was some good stuff for Yor. So Nightfall, I forget Nightfall's fake nurse name, but Nightfall asks Loid in their little code speak, while they're both pretending to be doctors or whatever, is she able to help him find somebody that can fake a seal, because they need to put a fake seal to open up the strawberries. And he knows somebody, he can help her. And it's so funny, I didn't take a picture of this, but on either side of her is ski, which is, when you say ski, that means like or love, depending on the inflection you have on it. And every time she sees him, it's like pink ski or ski, love. She even has love in the one eye that we see of hers. Well, the Elo part. And he pinches her to Franky. And her getting to Franky is hilarious, because he has these funny traps. One is like a joy buzzer that she defeats. She dodges a giant eraser, which when she opens the door falls on, I think it's called Sugoi eraser. And then she dodges like other funny ass traps, like water pans falling down, boxing gloves coming at her. My personal favorite, because this, I don't even know how I caught this. I just paused because I said I should probably take a picture of one of these things. Her doing acrobatics to dodge the suction cup arrows. Again, taking this deathly serious. And so it was so funny. So she gets to him and he puts this gun to her head, and she says the code word. He's like, oh, you're one of his buddies. Okay. And his name is, she's like, Mr. Franklin. She's like, your name's Franky Franklin? That's a ridiculous name, just as ridiculous as you are. And dude's like, yeah, it's a code name for when I work at the smoke shop. Like, come on now. And the gun is actually like one of those little guns that pop out of flour. And before she leaves, he's like, man, you guys have no sense of humor. Just what do you want? So he can get her to somebody that can forge a seal. Well, recommend the person. But she wants to talk to the person directly. He's like, nah. See, the problem that you all have is that you all don't trust. And in the underworld stuff, you need to have trust. So she literally says screws it and pulls him with her. By the way, he even says, you got a bad attitude. No, you have a, hold on, not bad attitude. Not a bad attitude. He says something even better. Says, your personality sucks. I love that he just flat out says it. Only person to just flat out go, your personality sucks. Good on you, Franky. The reason why she's going hard on this is because Loid says he's willing to help her because, you know, she's trying to preserve peace between the West and the East. And he's like, you know, your mission helps my mission. It's all together. So I don't mind helping you, because she was apologizing for asking for his help. And so she's like, I'm going to do this for Senpai. Oh, you know, that trope of person wanting other person who is either oblivious to the other person wanted them, or, you know, just kind of cuffs them, which is funny because she has deadpan face. Can't really tell unless you look in her eyes or you read her thoughts, which Anya has read her thoughts, and it's just Anya's face when she's reading her thoughts is funny. So the guy they're looking for is called Quill. We actually eventually do see Quill, and one of the cool things, so I was going to mention this towards the end, which I forgot to flip. So I'm going to mention this towards the end. I'll just talk about it now. I love that in this spy world, there's a radio station. And it's like Scruffy King wants to talk about work. Man, Berlint in love, East meets West. And he gives a code over the radio that the guy listened to the radio like, all right. And they're supposed to meet at this bar. And so Nightfall wants to go in wearing what she has. By the way, she wears sunglasses and you only see one side of the sunglasses. I find that hilarious. Anyway, want to go in, and Franky's like, you can't just barge in there. And initially Franky goes, this guy, the state service security service, already knows what he looks like, so he doesn't go out a lot anyway. And she's like, well, we'll wait anyway. And he's like, you can't go in like that, you look suspicious already, just no. So time to do a disguise, and she's making him go along. I definitely took a picture of this because I like the costume changes. Franky puts a little tie on his on his little afro. I'm guessing that's a wig and a dress. Realize they both are wearing necklaces, chains that have F on it. Hilarious. Now here's the funny part. He's like, are you ready, darling? She's like, yes, honey. And in Franky's mind, he's like, is this a date? This isn't a date, right? It's a date. Is this an actual date? And she goes off. She's like, this sucks. I hate this. If Twilight sees me like this, it's all over. And I had to get that because she's insane. She has thoughts in her head like that. She's clinically insane. Now here's what's hilarious. She says, if this is for your own desires, when all this is over, I'm going to shoot you dead. He's like, you brought me here. I didn't want to come here. You forced this on me. So you need to deal with it for a little bit and chill. He's like, man, I ain't gonna lie. This is a little bit. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't fully for my desires. In the back of his head. The doorman Bob knows him. People inside know him. By the way, this is a place where it's all underworld. There's people who pay attention to people. So she would have blown her cover. So he knows all these people. And they're like, oh, you got a girlfriend? He's like, yeah. She starts off with Heyo. Then it becomes Hey. Then when it gets to the third group or the third person he's going to introduce as his girlfriend, she gives his arm a squeeze and she's like, I will kill you dead right here, right now. He's like, sorry, I got overzealous. Eventually they meet Quill. He has another client and he rejects her offer because Franky was going to speak, but she just, again, oversteps him, throws him the deadline and offer. He's like, that's too little, too soon. Nah. And when they get outside, they follow him. It's like, yeah, 2 people are following us. And then the action ensues. When he just breaks out into a run, someone comes around the corner, gets ready to punch him. She does this cool jump, like push him down as she comes around and kicks the guy in the face. And the action keeps going because they're like, hey, maybe your client sold you out. You know, maybe they were undercover. Get a little banter between him and Franky because they know each other. And she's like, look, kick your client, work for me. Of course, I can guarantee your safety. She does this cool ass move where this guy comes around with a knife. She kicks the knife out of his hand, grabs his arm with her leg, and does this cool somersault flip like Cammy. You know, Street Fighter actually did do a SpyXFamily crossover where you can get a costume of Yor. I think put it on Chun-Li because they did have Yor versus Chun-Li. Capcom, I don't know why you just didn't make Yor a guest fighter. Like, that really sucked the air out of the room. But yeah, this was cool as hell. Just a somersault flip from catching the leg, and she catches the knife. Now we get this nice moment that Franky thinks he's saving her because someone comes around with a gun and he tackles her. She's like, how dare you? I ain't trying to hug you. Somebody was gonna shoot you. I even got grazed by the bullet. This hurts. And then he looks at the guy who had the gun and he has a knife in his hand. He's like, oh, you actually didn't need my help. No. Franky also proves himself to be useful when she says, look, we need to lay low. Let's go to 13th and West and we'll chill. And Franky's like, nah, there's a lot of snitches over there. Let's take the subway, go under that way, then we'll wait it out. And she's like, okay, you really know your stuff. And he's like, don't underestimate me, lady. Look, only reason why you guys in the West are even able... Yes, I guess they're in the East. Right? Hold on. Wait. Who's in this country, man? West. Okay, they're in Ostinia. Westalias. The only reason why you guys in the West are even able to catch me is because I let you. And she's like, well, why are you on our side? I'm not on anybody's side. I just don't like how things are going on in the East. The country is way too constricted. So that's why I'm going to bully I'm going to bully these guys a little bit. I'm in my rebellious phase. And Quill goes, I got you. And then she goes, she has, again, stone face. You would think she would say something like, No, she goes, how lame, you're such a small man. Did I tell you before that your personality absolutely sucks? You're not really popular, are you? Shut up, I'll kill you. This is fun. This is what I kind of ship these two together. This is actually really funny. And it's really cute. So towards the end of the episode, she comes up to Franky, asks for the daily OST. Oh, hello there, grumpy lady. Gives it to her. Underneath is what she asked for because he finished it. And he billed her for 50% extra. And she's like, so. And he goes, so did you tip off the security service, on purpose? And she's like, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. And he's like, man, you're a ruthless lady, but okay. Pretty face, but you're super ruthless. And she's like, you got any acquaintances that can forge antique art or any safe crackers? I think I'll come by eventually with more work. And she, has her eye closed. And you would think Franky's about to smile. He goes, oh, hell no. Literally says, oh, hell no. I'm going to lose all my friends if I hang out with you. I'm not working with you ever again. He's probably going to work with her again. There needs to be a second part to this. This part of the episode is a 5 out of 5. Love the fact that we got Franky lore. He is fighting against the country. Very topical, by the way. Fighting against the country in his own way. Because while he loves where he's from, doesn't like what it's become. It's actually, Ostinia is the side that's trying to start the war with the West. So West is good. West is trying to be cool. East is being douchebags. Right. There you go. So, I also took a picture of this because just kind of like seeing what they put down for graffiti, like star with the star, or love with the heart, or that's supposed to be wicked. Look how it says wicked. It's okay. Great episodes together. This is literally like a 5 out of 5 premiere episode. Reestablish what we know, and then show something new. I kind of ship Franky and Nightfall. I wish we would have gotten a moment where she was like, damn, he took a bullet even though he didn't have to. Her being too, like, it could add another dynamic. Don't know what happens in the manga, but this could add another dynamic if she's like, man, I still love Senpai because he's so cool and he's done so much for me. But man, the informant, he's willing to take a bullet for me. Next episode, the ending song, which I'm going to try to put in the description. Very cute. I was like, who are these kids? Because it could be like the characters when they're younger, the adult characters, but it's Anya, her classmates, her friends. The next episode is called Getting Tonitrus Bolts, the ones where you could get expelled, because there seems like to be a Miss Trunchbell type character showing up. Except less muscular, but super fast. These kids, man, I don't know what counts as absurdities in this universe anymore. Because you have a little kid that's giant and buff and good at dodgeball, and they got super duper spies, and I won't even get into it. And then the second part of next week's episode is Blocks Memories 1. And based on what we've seen, I think it's going to be Loid's memories. They probably won't tell us Loid's real name. It'd be funny if his real name was like Mark or something, right? Because it's 4 letters. But yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to more lore. SpyXFamily is amazing. And I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as I did. Oh, boy. Fall season. It's when all the good anime come in, man. Like, I don't know. I find myself way busier in the fall than I do the other seasons, reviewing wise. So, both halves are 5 out of 5. Whole episodes are 5 out of 5. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please, do not forget, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you be notified of more reviews like this. My Patreon link is in the description below, so go ahead. Whatever you choose to donate will really help on the road to 500. we're getting there. We're getting there. Leave a comment down below. So please be good, be blessed. Drink some water. Wash your hands. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. There's too many jerks out there. Stay safe, y'all. The block is hot. It's getting crazy. It is getting crazy out here. So I also want you to know there are people out there that care about you. Please reach out to someone, talk to someone. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling hopeless, especially with all the stuff that is going on in said aforementioned world. There are people out there that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. I promise you that. You want to contact me? My social medias are in the description below. Give me a follow. Give me a hello. Just keep it good and mellow and we'll be good to go. All right? All right. Until next time, y'all. Oh, we are so back.